I don't have my Miserable Mule account on this phone, so that's why I'm posting this video on Raccoon. I have a new channel. It's called The Miserable Mule. Miserable Mule. Did I say that right? Anyway, yeah, The Miserable Mule. So capital on, so the has a capital T, M has a capital M, and then mule. Okay. I'm having a fucking stroke. My mind's all over the place. I have started a new channel called The Miserable Mule because the Drunken Donkey was banned. My last video was flagged for hate speech. Of course it was. Now for The Miserable Mule, the has a capital T, miserable has a capital M, and mule has a capital M, and there are no spaces. That's my new startup channel. It's really disheartening because the Drunken Donkey took maybe 8 or 9 months to really build it up. And I was getting a lot of views on that channel too, a lot more than this one. I'd be getting I think the last video I posted, I got 42 views in 7 hours, which is pretty good. Meanwhile, in the Drunken Donkey, I'd get 10 or 12 views in the same amount of time. But like I said, I don't have the Miserable Mule. I don't have that account on this phone. So I'm posting it here. I'll probably make a video for the Miserable Mule tomorrow. Same topic, same content. Just watching these kids bike around, it's just damn, bro. It's pretty fun to see all the youth having fun, and just enjoying themselves, and you're just a rotting old man. I mean, I'm not even that old. I'm not even 25 yet, and I'm already a corpse, basically. Anyways, I woke up today, and I had a sort of epiphany where it just feels like nobody is really doing anything and we're not really getting anywhere. Like Fred, yeah, he works and he has a car and a woman, but he's pretty much stuck at his job, at his desk, 8 hours a day. He has to go to work on the weekends, and he maybe has 4 or 5 hours a day to do things for himself, and that doesn't include, eating, showering, chores, errands, whatever. So in a way, he's not really doing anything. I mean, he doesn't really seem to go anywhere that often either. Pretty much just work and, around town they go buy stuff, right? Maybe his parents sent him out to buy pizza, or maybe he has to buy himself a notebook or something. That's pretty much the gist I'm getting from him. There's this other guy named, I'm looking in the rearview mirror, and I feel like I'm seeing somebody I know. Oh, yeah, it is. Holy shit. It's one of my fucking classmates. Looks like, it's her, Nicole with her 2 sisters. They're driving age now. Holy crap. Yeah, that does make me feel old. She's gotten really chunky. Kind of weird. It's also kind of strange to see her here. What the hell? Where'd she pop out of? Huh. Well, that's a surprise, I guess. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one, as the Star Wars meme goes. But anyways, there's this other classmate of mine, this other friend of mine, this other guy I know. His name, I'll call him, I've called him Neil, and I'll keep calling him Neil. That's his stand-in name. And he's working as an electrician right now. I think this week he was working on a retirement home this past week, and this next week, starting tomorrow, he's going to be sent to Brampton to do whatever. And the thing is, it's he is also kind of stuck where he's at. He's been working since he was 16, and I think he started welding. He's been doing trade work, which is not bad in terms of money, especially if you're young. Except all his money is gone now because of tuition, because of his car. Right. And, all the money he's earning now is, again, it's going to be gobbled up by expenses too. He's not really doing anything either, technically. He's just maintaining a couple old buildings, doing renovations, stuff like that. And what I'm trying to say with this is that it doesn't really feel like any of us are actually doing anything. Even the people who are working, who are successful, it's just kind of a rinse and repeat routine, right? Nathan's routine, as far as I know, Nathan. Fuck me. Okay, I don't know if I'm not sleeping enough, but I keep getting people mixed up. Nathan's this other guy I knew back in high school. I don't know where he went. I'm starting to think about him. I used to talk with him a lot, but he disappeared, which is fucking awesome. Neil. Neil's routine is pretty much go to work, come home, and scroll around his phone until he falls asleep at like 1 or 2 in the morning, or whenever he goes to bed. I don't know. Like, we're all just keeping the system alive, right? Fred doing his accounting thing, and Neil doing his electrical thing, and then we come home and consume content, or Fred doesn't really come home. He has a work at home job, so he just consuming content, just scrolling around on Instagram, scrolling around on YouTube, playing games. Neil doesn't, but Fred does. Eating crap from the store or some fast food restaurant, and like that's it. And this country, Canada, is stagnating too, right? We're ruled by 3 corporations pretty much. They have a monopoly in everything. The boomers, the old farts who made it in the 70s and 80s and 90s, they're still ruling the whole place. Like, they still have a lot of power and say. Apparently they helped to, turn the last election over to the Liberals. Again, I don't really care who's in office. I'm just saying that's as a demonstration of like how much like influence, how much reach they still have. And they're not all out of touch, but a large majority of them are. There's this guy who's subbed to this channel called Mr. Stinkles. Shout out to him. And he was telling me about this one coworker he had where she got a degree in mining engineering. She has like a house where I think like just to fix it would cost like $300,000. Like, she has a degree in mining engineering. That degree doesn't exist anymore. That's how old she is. She's a raisin. And then she's going off like, oh, you young people, you're like so lazy, you're not working at all. Yeah. And then Mr. Stinkles, I think, he told her about this apartment that's like going for $1,000, right? And then like, you can fit 4 people in it. Like, not exactly, but this woman was like, oh, that's the 1,000 divided by 4. Every person only has to pay $250. And then Mr. Stinkles had to correct her. It's like, no, it's 4 people. Every person pays $1,000. That's 4,000 bloody dollars for the like it's not one apartment, but like it's not very large either. 4 people essentially into one apartment. Let's say $1,000 a person, not $250 a person. Like, what kind of world is this woman living in? No offense to her. I mean, to be fair, it's probably not entirely her fault. A lot of these guys are out of touch. They're retired, or they're close to retired. They have money to support them the rest of their lives. They don't really have to go on society and actually think about, what's happening. Because, again, they don't need to. They can just chillax at home and live off their pension for the next 30, 40 years. A pension that we will never have. So we're just kind of slowly decaying, kind of slowly falling apart. We're not really achieving anything, right? Like the whole, like the most... Like the biggest achievement we made recently, supposedly, was Katy Perry and all those other like astronaut women. Well, astronaut with air quotations women, going up into space and floating around for a bit. I don't really know what they did. I didn't really give a damn. I didn't pay attention to it, but it's just like, that's the most we've done. Like, we're not sending any, like, you'd think that by now we'd have sent like another manned mission to Mars. Maybe we'd have a little lunar base, maybe another ISS, International Space Station. Maybe we'd have like, I don't know, like high-speed rail or something. Like robot servants in every house or some crap. But, we don't. Like, in a way, you could say that like from the 50s, especially the 60s and the 70s and 80s, from the 50s to the 2000s, at best, the early 2010s, that was like the peak of innovation of people like, creating and discovering new technologies. And now it's just a downward cycle where we're turning in on ourselves and eating ourselves and just slowly falling apart from the inside. I mean, our wages obviously aren't keeping up, right? Like Neil, he wants to get like a new car. Not like a good car, like, he's fine with like a used, beat up car. He's doing a trades job, a blue collar job. He's not fully licensed yet because he's still in training, but he's been working there long enough that he should be getting like decent pay. I think he's being paid like maybe like 25, 27 an hour, something like that. Fred's being paid around the same. And Neil still can't afford like a crappy car. Like, just, what does that say about us, man? All of us, in a way, no matter what we're doing, we're all just keeping this whole thing on bloody life support, and it's just like what for? What's the damn point of this?